So we are currently driving in the rental car because our car is getting serviced, having a bunch of brake stuff done. So Dustin's driving me to my appointment today. Usually I drive myself because my appointment is like an hour away. It's at a high-risk clinic. So normally I drive myself, but today Dustin is driving me and we're going to see if they will let him in, even though I don't think they will. But it doesn't hurt to ask. So today I am 11 weeks, 6 days. There we go. 11 weeks, 6 days. So 12 weeks tomorrow. They're going to do another ultrasound today, and hopefully we will get some answers, because last time we did not get any answers. We just got more questions. So I'm looking forward to getting to try to see the baby again, or babies. We don't know. That is one of the questions that will be answered today, hopefully. So yes, I am pretty anxious. I've had a lot of first trimester losses before. I've had 5 of them. So, like, I'm pretty much terrified of like miscarriage and like missed miscarriage. Like, it's something that I really, really stress about. So this will be really nice to get to like calm the nerves, and then we'll be right into the second trimester soon. So then everything should be fine. So I will check in with you guys a little bit later. Okay, so I am back at home now. It's been a little bit of a day. We were spending a lot of time on the van because we had to have it taken in for servicing. We kind of just went in to get an oil change and get the brakes checked because they were starting to squeak, and it turned into a whole thing. So we did a bunch of maintenance and stuff on the car, so we were without our car, as you saw earlier, for a day, and that was actually a lot more difficult than I anticipated it being, but we have it back now, which is great. So I wanted to go ahead and do the update for my 12-week appointment. Technically 11 weeks, 6 days, but whatever. One day off the 12-week appointment. So I went in and I met with a different person. It kind of seems like that's, you know, generally how it is. This is also the high-risk clinic I was at when I was pregnant with Maverick. So yeah, I pretty much see different people every time I go in, and so this was no exception. Met a new person. They went over my labs from my 8-week visit, and they said that everything, including my A1C, was looking fantastic. The only hiccup apparently was with my thyroid, which apparently seems to be underperforming at present. Now that's new. Hi, Bug. Maverick is up. Yeah, hi, Bug. Do you want to come see? Do you want to come see? It's a bug. It's a bug. There's a bug right there. Yeah. Anywho, my thyroid was underperforming, and so they want to put me on some thyroid replacement medication while I'm pregnant, which I guess we're gonna do. It was just news to me because I have labs done quite often, and so thyroid issue is new. And she kind of made it sound like that was pretty normal, that there's a lot of people that don't experience any thyroid issues until they're pregnant. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that this is just while I'm pregnant, and then my thyroid will be better, because I would prefer not to be on thyroid medication forever, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So otherwise, my labs looked great, and they got me all squared away to do the blood draw for NIPT testing, which tests for chromosomal abnormalities. And so they went ahead and did that draw, and that is going to be sent off, and they said will take 7 to 10 days to come back. So now I get to wait anxiously for that. And then they took me for my follow-up ultrasound. So my ultrasound at 8 weeks was... Buggy, please do not kick me. He is like sticking his heels into my side. That hurts. Anyways, so they wanted to do a follow-up ultrasound because the ultrasound at 8 weeks was suboptimal. Buggy, no thank you. So yeah, suboptimal, very blurry. We couldn't really see anything very well. The baby was measuring a smidge small, a few days small, and then they weren't able to actually measure the heartbeat. Like, we could see it, it was there, it was flickering, but we couldn't get a good measure on it. So they had no heart rate for a baby at that point. And I know that a lot of that is due to the fact that I am overweight. And I understand that and I accept that. It's still just frustrating, you know. I mean, in a way, it's my own fault, but it is still kind of, you know, it's still kind of frustrating to have such struggles with ultrasounds. But anyways, it was not a great ultrasound, and it wasn't clear whether or not there was 2 babies or 1 at that appointment. So I also thought that was what we were checking on, but apparently that's not what the paperwork said. The paperwork apparently told the ultrasound tech that we were only doing fetal heart tones, and so they just wanted the heart rate. So they got in and out quick. Maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes tops they were looking. And because of my size, where they have to do the ultrasound right now is kind of under my little bit of a belly hang. So I have to hold my belly up. Yeah, he's watching Sesame Street. Is under my belly hang a little. So I have to hold my belly up while they do that. And the skin that's under there is very, I don't know if it's thin or just sensitive or what, but it hurts when they're just digging around with that ultrasound. And so I tried to pre-warn her that that is an issue I have, and she's like, oh yeah, no worries, like I'll try to be gentle. And I'm like, okay, cool. And so, you know, we go ahead and do that, and she is like apologizing the whole time she's digging into me, which I just kind of go with at this point because there's not a lot to do about it. And we see baby has clearly gotten bigger, but they don't measure baby, and I'm still seeing what I feel like are extra things, and I'm just like, hey, like, are you sure there's only 1 in there? And she's like, oh yeah, there's definitely only 1. I'm like, you're sure? She's like, I swear, I'm positive it's only 1. But I'm still like looking at the screen as she's quickly trying to zero in on the heartbeat of the baby, and I'm like still seeing stuff. But I'm not an ultrasound tech, I'm not a doctor, so I'm just, you know, over here feeling like a crazy person who is just seeing things. So they said that they are certain that it is only 1. So that's what we're going with. It is 1 baby. And they got the heartbeat, which was 159. But they didn't do any measurements to see if their size had caught up. They didn't really look further when I questioned about the twin thing. They didn't really look at what I was talking about. I feel like they just kind of brushed me off. And I even asked them at one point, I was like, so we're not going to do measurements? And they're like, nope, just fetal heart tones. And I'm like, okay. And then we were done. Like literally minute and a half, 2 minutes tops. We did this ultrasound. And so I don't know. I'm still not fully convinced. I don't feel like they have looked thoroughly enough now that we actually had a good visual. I don't know, but they're the ultrasound tech, so I'm just gonna believe them when they say it's only 1, and go forward with that. So it appears as though we have baby number 4 cooking in there, and they look like they are doing fantastic. They were much bigger than last time, even though they didn't measure, so I'm assuming they are fine. And we actually got a heartbeat this time, so that was nice. And it's in a good range. Yeah. So then the ultrasound ends, and she's just like, you know, I'll let you wipe up, blah, blah, blah. And so I do, and the area that she had done the ultrasound, when I wiped it with the towel that they gave me, it just came up with like blood all over it. And I'm like, there's blood on this now. And she's like, oh, well, that's fine. And I'm like, thanks. So that was fun. They also want to do another fetal heart tone ultrasound at the next appointment. In another 4 weeks. So it'll be my 16-week appointment. They're gonna do another quick ultrasound to check the fetal heart tones. So there you go. That is pretty much it as far as that appointment went. There was nothing really after that. Once we were done, they drew my blood and I left. So that was kind of underwhelming. It was a pretty quick appointment overall. They kind of just ushered me right in and out. So now I have to wait, like I said, for the NIPT to come back for like 7 to 10 days. They gave me a little card with a barcode that has my like serial number or whatever for my specific lab results so that I can see them. So I'm going to register that today and keep an eye out for it. And yeah, we're just debating whether or not we actually want to know the baby's sex at this point, or if we want to wait and find out. I felt really sure before that I definitely wanted to know, but now we've been kind of hemming and hawing and thinking about maybe waiting until baby's born to find out. So I don't know what we're gonna do. I guess we'll be faced with that when the results come in, because it should have the baby's sex on it, which is exciting. So that's where we're at this point. I'm honestly kind of debating whether or not I want to try to find a different clinic. I was not impressed last time, and I'm really not loving it this time. So I don't know, but like when I've tried to look up other clinics, they're all 2 hours away versus this one, which is an hour. I'm not finding anything closer to me, and I'm not even finding anything that's kind of around the same distance. So I'm feeling kind of like I'm stuck, which sucks. So I don't know. I will ponder on that and debate what I'm gonna do. But for now, I'm just really excited that there is a healthy baby cooking away in there, doing its thing. We got to see it moving around, which was cool. They sent me my like 2-3 second clips of ultrasound video and pictures. So I will put those again at the end. That's it, you guys, for 12 weeks. That's crazy. We're almost out of the first trimester, and I'm feeling really good. So I will see you guys in the next video.